עליכם מלאכי השלום. בואי המלכה, בואי הכלה, שלום עליכם מלאכי השלום. בואי המלכה, בואי הכלה, שלום עליכם מלאכי השלום. הקמה בראש האילנות נסתלקה, בואו ונצא לקראת שבת המלכה. הנה היא יורדת הקדושה הברוכה, ועם המלאכים צבא שלום ומנוחה. בואי המלכה, בואי הכלה, שלום עליכם מלאכי השלום. בואי המלכה, בואי הכלה, שלום עליכם מלאכי השלום. שלום מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, מלאכי השלום. בואי המלכה, בואי הכלה, שלום עליכם מלאכי השלום. בואי המלכה, בואי הכלה, שלום עליכם מלאכי השלום.
Hi, everyone. So glad to see you here. It's nice to see a handful of unusual faces. When I say unusual faces, I do not mean quite literally that your face is unusual, but rather unusual to my sights here. So nice to have you here. And so some really good news. You probably, some of you know that this young man standing next to me is no longer student Cantor Snyder. He is now just Cantor Snyder. He has been ordained, and we're so proud. And many of you know that, but not necessarily all of you know, that we have done the coup of a lifetime. We have just managed to fool the world and steal Cantor Snyder from everybody else and just keep him here. We basically chained him. We kept a chain, and we were looking for the key we couldn't find it. No, Gabe Cantor Snyder is going to be with us for sure all next year, and we're so thrilled about that. Not just as a weekend warrior, but with tremendous regularity. And this brings us such pleasure and such joy. And so, as the way I was looking at it was, trial by fire. It's pledging. June is pledge month here at Temple Beth Shalom, and so we're going to just do a lot of singing tonight. And we are and so if you like singing, you've come to the right place. If you don't like singing, then I encourage you to get out your phone, download a game or two on it, and
Don't do that.
Really, this is going to be a fun evening with just a lot of singing. And but we are also celebrating not just Cantor Snyder being with us, but also it's unclear if my name is incorrect or his name is incorrect. Not clear. But Ari Gladstein, it's just a dyslexic would have just flipped the letters around. We've always felt very connected, Ari and I, for various different reasons. But he's going to be a bar mitzvah here tomorrow. And that is something which thrills us beyond belief. And so I'd like to invite Ari and his parents and his brother to join us here on the bima for the honor of lighting these Shabbat candles. You can find the blessing on page 120 and the reading that he's going to do on page 121. First 121, then back to 120. So you're going to read these Shabbat candles.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so many we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As the brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Nice. So wait, hold on. So now you're on candle, you're on candle duty now. Remember we went over this. Let's see how it goes.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat.
We are now on page 123. This. Ready to do this? We're going to sing it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagaf. And don't drink, just hold it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit Ki hu yom tefillah lemikra kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchatanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat.
Like, pretend there's a little bit more, you know. Now you go back to your seat. L'chaim. Okay, so our service continues with more singing. It's going to be a bunch of songs, all part of Kabbalat Shabbat, and so we begin page 130 with Lechuna Ranana.
Lesor Yishenu, Lechu Neranena, Ladonai Narira, Lesor Yishenu, Nekad Mapana, Victoda, Lizniro Narialo, Nekad Mapana, Victoda, Lizniro Narialo. Lechu neranena, Adonai naria, Letzor Yishenu, Letzor Yishenu, Lechu neranena, Adonai naria, Letzor Yishenu, לצור ישנו נקדמה פניו ותודה בזמירות נריע לו נקדמה פניו ותודה בזמירות נריע לו שירו לאדוני שיר חדש שירו לאדוני כל הארץ שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו בשרו מיום ליום ישועתו ספרו באדוני כבודו בכל העמים נפלא אותם כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד נורא הוא על כל אלוהים יאי די די יאי די 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 יאי די 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 יאי די די
So we continue with Lecha Dodi, and that's on page 138. Now, just as a reminder, we're going to do the first, second, fifth, and ninth verse, and when we reach the ninth verse, I'll invite you to stand up and face the entrance to the sanctuary, as is Jewish custom. And so Lecha Dodi, first, second, fifth, and ninth verse, page 138.
Ya-da-day, 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 ya-da-da-da-day, ya-da-day, 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 ya-da-da-da-day, Lecha Dodi נקרא כלה בני שבת נקבלה Lecha Dodi נקרא כלה בני שבת נקבלה שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד שמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה Lecha Dodi נקרא כלה בני שבת נקבלה Lecha Dodi נקרא כלה בני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה יהי מקור הברכה בראש מקדם ניצוחה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך ומאורי אורי אורי שידברי כבוד אדוני עלייך תהילה Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה
Now, can we rise and face the entrance?
Sorry. בואי ושלום עטרת מעלה גם בשמחה ובסהולה תוך אמוני גם סגולה shama nikabela lekadudi nikakala bnei shama nikabela yada 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 yada
Please be seated. We're on page 140, Psalm 92, Tov Lehodot.
Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tani Adonai b'cholecha ve'anecha necharanei alei asur v'alei navel alei higayon v'chinot tov lehodot l'Adonai uzamer l'shimcha elyon tov lehodot l'Adonai uzamer l'shimcha elyon.
All right, the Chatzi Kaddish. This is an oldie but a goodie. I don't think we've done this one. Not to say, it's just because we just don't. Not that it's weird. Chatzi Kaddish can be found on page 144. By the way, just as a little instructive moment. So the Chatzi Kaddish is used to separate rubrics of the service. And so there are various times in which there's a Chatzi Kaddish there, all with the intention of just saying, okay, we've just finished section 1, let's move on to section 2. We've just finished section 2, let's move on to section 3. And so just next time you hear a good old Chatzi Kaddish, wonder to yourself, I wonder what this is separating. So page 144, Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah בעלמא דברח ירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב במהרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קדושה בריחו לעילם עם כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה גם אירן בעלמה במהרו אמן.
Please rise. The Baruch Hu can be found on page 146. 149, praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way in which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows.
Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uven laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, Tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Amari Varavim.
Ahavat Olam, page 150.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Ki הם חיינו באורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה. אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת.
152, Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה
אשר אנוכי
מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
159, sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content. Her soldiers' home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Mi chamocha, facing page.
Mi chamocha, ba'elim Adonai. מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה מלכותך ראו בניך בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים זה אלי אנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
On 161, let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will.
צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
As Noah Simon comes and joins us here on the Bima, I want to tell you the last time I saw Noah as part of a Shabbat service was not here at Temple Beth Shalom. It was when I was watching him on a Zoom as he was leading Shabbat services in Paris, France. He's been on a semester abroad in Paris, and needless to say, he found his way connected with the synagogue, as if that surprises anybody. And what do you know? Not only did he find his way to be connected to a synagogue, and leading the service with the rabbi in Paris. It's pretty impressive. The only foreign country I have ever led services in, I guess Israel, with members of the synagogue trip or something. That's pretty much it. I don't even have a Canadian appearance. Nothing. So it's amazing. You've really got us all beat. So mazel tov to you on your great accomplishments. And this is Vishamru, which is on page 162.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
So our service continues with the tefillah. It's on page 164, and then it'll continue 166, 168, and 170, all in succession. But it begins again, 164, Adonai Sifatai Tiftach. Please rise.
Adonai Sifatai Tiftach, Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Yadadai-dai-dai, 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah Elohei Rachel Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanurah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל עטרה והושיע, מוריד הצל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. ניחמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
170.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We're on page 175. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yir'ah na'avod. Our evening prayer for peace is Shalom Rav. It's on 178.
Make of us a house for all people. Gather us in hope for all people. Surround us in peace for all people, in wholeness and in love. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amka Yisrael. Bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך, בשלומך. Make of us a house for all people. Gather us in hope for all people. Surround us in peace for all people, in wholeness and in love. Make of us a house for all people. Gather us in hope for all people. Surround us in peace for all people, in wholeness and in love. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amka Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
So I do need to keep, stay in practice, with Gabe being here a little bit longer, I need to practice a little. So, and the way I'll practice is just with a little something as we share the joys that are in our lives. And so if you've experienced joy recently and you have the courage to talk about it, then just raise your hand. I'd love to call upon you and hear about the joy you've been experiencing. And so we can kind of create a sense of community here because we know the things that bring each other joy. So, joy, just raise your hand. No, go ahead.
Well, I had the wonderful joy of spending my semester in France, as was mentioned. I also got to, explore Europe while I was there, to different countries in the area, and saw some really cool places, ate some really delicious food. Just overall had a great time, and I'm happy to be back.
Did you try a baguette?
Yeah, we did. Almost had
Did you have a croissant while you were there?
I
That's so awesome. We're so glad to have you back. I'm sure that Paris's loss is our gain. Welcome back. More joy. Yes.
The joy of a grandson becoming bar mitzvah.
Yeah? Which one? Oh, that one over there. Ari's going to be a bar mitzvah here. That's a lot of joy. Mazel tov to you. Let's sing a little joy here. Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? More joy. Judy, yeah, go ahead.
Attending the wedding of the first of his generation, my cousin's child.
Got it. Well, see, that was an important.
His generation.
So the first of that generation of your cousin's child, so their cousin or second cousin, is got married. That's really exciting. Does it make you feel old? Not yet. Does it make you feel old? Yes, I know the feeling. More joy. Steve.
My youngest, the oldest of my granddaughter, Ruby, has turned 18.
And is married? No, go ahead.
Just the other day, I was chasing her around Chimbury.
I know.
It's astonishing.
It's astonishing. That's very fast. Wow, that's amazing. 18. She can vote.
Yeah.
Amongst other things. More joy. Yes, Karen. Your youngest turned 5. Wow. It's fantastic. Mazel tov and happy birthday. And also Karen became a bat mitzvah last week, by the way. She's too humble to talk about it. More joy? Yeah. I'm sorry, who had successful surgery? Your 20-year-old daughter had successful surgery. Wow, I'm so glad to hear that. I hope that minus the surgery, was it like, we don't need to go into the details. Fantastic, fantastic. Mazel tov. More joy? Yeah, Laura.
I've mentioned it before, my great niece, Charlotte, did graduate from high school, and I was able to watch it online. They had it live streamed from Franklin, Tennessee. And I got a really big surprise because her younger sister, who will graduate next year, Audrey, sang in the honor choir, and they did 2 songs for the graduation.
So you got to see both.
I got to see both of them.
Wow, fantastic. Mazel tov.
Great.
Mazel tov.
It was almost like being there, but I wanted to be with grandparents.
Mazel tov. I'm so glad to hear. More joy? All right. Let's do one more Can You He, and then we'll do a blessing. Can you he? Can you he? Can you he? Can you he? Did you have joy I wasn't learning when that didn't turn around?
I'm moving to Annapolis. That's pretty cool.
That is cool. The dream of a lot of people. They come, they hear about the water, the boats, they're like, we're moving there. Of course, I don't have a boat, but if I did, I would know exactly where to put it. We're so glad to welcome you here to this community. Baruch atah Adonai gomel chasadim tovim. We praise you, Adonai, our God, for partnering with us in the many joys that are in our lives. Amen.
Amen.
Along with the joy, of course, comes the struggle. Loved ones from our community do not have a sense of wholeness because they are struggling either physically or emotionally, and we have a blessing that we say for them. And maybe it's for you, and that blessing is called Misha Berach. And the way that we do it here is I'm going to start this blessing and share half of it, and then I'm going to pause at the point where typically you would insert someone's name, and I'm going to give you chances to just say people's names of loved ones who are in need of healing. So, and you can say the name in Hebrew or English, if you choose. So the blessing begins, Misha Berach, Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, V'Yaakov, V'Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, Rachel. And those words mean, may the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel, V'yivarech v'yiraped kol hacholim shalanu. May God bless and heal all of our loved ones who are in need of healing, especially the ones whom we name at this time. And so if you wish to share a name, I'm just going to kind of gaze around the room, and when my eye meets yours or close to you, if you'd like to say the name of a loved one in need of healing, again, please feel free to do so. Of course.
Barbara Serna.
Right. Yeah. I'd also just like to add a handful more, thank you so much, handful more names. Allison Herman, Shoshana Rivka Batsipura, Peter Goldstein, Aaron Rose, David Schneider, Ronnie Meyer, Zachary Meyer, Yirmiyahu Peretz, Ben Shoshana, Jody Potash. Vishlach lehem bimheira refuah shalema. May God send them speedily a complete recovery. Refuah tanefesh for refuah taguf, a healing of body and a healing of spirit. Betoch sha'ar cholei Yisrael, amongst all who are in need of healing. V'nomar amen, and let us say amen. Page 371, that's where you find the words to Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor habracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach imotenu Mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We pause for a moment of silence.
Yehiu leratzon imrefi, v'hegyon libi. Yehiu leratzon רצון אמרי פיו הגיון, ליבי לפניך. יהיו לרצון אמרי פיו והגיון ליבי. יהיו לרצון אמרי פיו והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. יהיו לרצון אמרי פיו והגיון ליבי. יהיו לרצון אמרי פיו והגיון ליבי לפניך.
All right, our service continues with Aleinu, page 586, and we'd like to invite you to please rise, 586. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם.
ואנחנו קוראים
ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש
ברוך הוא. כי המלכות שלך היא, ולעולמי עד תמלוך בכבוד. הכתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד,
Please be seated. So this is the part of our service when we bring to mind loved ones from our congregation who have passed away. I know that many of you are here for that very reason. I look out into the sanctuary and I know exactly the people you're thinking about as you're here. And I join you in thinking about those people too. And so I'd like to start by sharing one person who passed away quite recently, a pillar of our congregation, Glenn Clavins. And he was the husband of Sandy Kemick and father of Julia and Jeremy. And also I'd like to share names of loved ones whose yahrzeits occur on this Shabbat. It is the anniversary of their passing, and we remember lovingly Bruce Conrad Cook and Deborah London and Sydney Wash, Max Harrison, Charles Stern, Helen Cohen, Anita Dager, Carol Finney, and Paul Mangan, and Neil Prochan, and Thomas Rzepka, and Gladys Sikora, along with Yetta Sue Berman, Stephen Dreyfus, and Laura Friedman McDaniel. Howard Gersh, Leon Maxwell Herman, Eve Secunda, Jerome Smulo, Ida Straub, Joel Berries, and Millicent Eichberg. And so in gratitude for their lives, we lovingly continue with our prayer of memory, the Kaddish. It can be found on page 598. And if it is your custom, I invite you to please rise. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechal beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulamei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yitalal shemei kudsha
Brichu.
Le'ila min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechamata da'amiram bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav huyaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to our bereaved hearts. Amen. Please be seated. Excuse me. So, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I think this is pretty much going to be the last time I welcome Cantor Snyder to our synagogue, because he's like going to be a bedrock fixture around here. So I'm done welcoming you. You can start welcoming me if you want to. Well, thank you. So let me share with you a handful of announcements, and then we're going to conclude in a handful of ways. First is, we're in the period of the Omer. So the Omer are the 49 days between the 7 weeks of 7, between the second day of Pesach and Shavuot, the festival of Shavuot. You know, that pilgrimage festival that no one knows what it means or what it's about. Another time I'll tell you about it. So, and it's customary to count the days between that second day of Pesach and Shavuot. And so there is a special blessing that you say for counting the Omer, and we're gonna include that in our service this evening in just a moment. But I do want to point out a handful of announcements. Most importantly, Ari Gladstein's bar mitzvah tomorrow, 10 o'clock in the morning. Are you as excited as I am? You are as excited as I am. Maybe your excitement exceeds mine. We'll find out tomorrow. Can't wait for that tomorrow. Ari's going to be a bar mitzvah. It's very exciting. In addition, the Men's Club Herb Abeles Memorial Golf Tournament and Fundraiser, Friday, June 14th. That's Flag Day at Bay Hills Golf Club. And it's also mahjong if you like to do that. It's and there's, I think, lunch and dinner included with it. It's always a blast, especially because none of us who play are very good. And so it's just a lot of lost golf balls lying around the course that we leave all over the place. But there's still time for you to sign up for that. We hope you do. And June Mitzvah, lunch making for the homeless. This is on June 20th at 1:30. Volunteers and donations are needed. By the way, all this can be found either on our website or in our weekly email. And I've kind of joked before, but I do mean it. If you do not receive our weekly email, shame on you. Get the weekly email. It's so packed with great stuff. And it really, and everything you need to know about the temple, what's going on, can be found in that weekly email. So if you don't get it, sign up for it. Run, don't walk, run to sign up for it. Okay, so thank you so much to Jill Simon along with Merv Wiley-Browse for serving as ushers. Merv is in her final days of being president of our congregation, and that is it's bittersweet because we're glad you're moving on to better pastures, but having you as president has been something so special for us. And so thank you, Merv, and thank you, Jill, for serving as ushers. Thank you also to Harvey and Susan Tillotman, along with Mark Miller, for sponsoring the Oneg Shabbat, which is immediately after our service in the lobby. And thanks, Noah, for coming up and harmonizing with Cantor Snyder. That was really beautiful. So, all right, so I think we're going to do the blessing for the Omer first, and then we'll continue with Motzi second, and then our final song, which is Adon Olam, third. So the blessing for the Omer can be found on 570 in your Siddur.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sefirat haomer. היום 39 יום שהם 5 שבועות ו4 ימים לעומר. Today is the 39th day of the Omer, which is 5 weeks and 4 days.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We got to make it to 7 weeks. All right, so Motzi. Page, if you want to, you know what, no one needs to know the page number for Motzi. But I would like to call Ari and his parents and brother up here one more time to help lead us in Motzi. Oh, and we're going to get a chance to taste this challah. Homemade. I always love a good homemade challah. In fact, that's why it's called homemade challah. It's a Hebrew word, homemade. All right, so you got this? You want to grab this? Oh, yeah. And you want to do it with me or do it yourself? How about together? Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom. All right, so take a hunk out of that. Right. Try to. Our closing song is Adon Olam, and you can find Adon Olam on page 625. You guys back to your seats. Thank you.
Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra le'ein asa b'chefetzo אזי מלך שמו נקרא, ואחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה. אדון עולם אשר מלך, בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעין עשה בחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, ואחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, mevorach. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, mevorach.
Thank you everyone for being here. Shabbat shalom. and please join in the lobby for an Oneg Shabbat. אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נעשה בחפצו אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכוס לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה